Hey everyone, it's Clarence from Switchmania, and I am excited to bring you this video all about the latest Nintendo eShop sale. If you're a Nintendo Switch fan, you know that the eShop sale is a great way to save some serious cash on some amazing games. That's why we've scoured the sale to bring you 15 awesome deals on some of the hottest Nintendo Switch games around. From indie gems to blockbuster hits, we've got you covered. And of course, we'll be giving you our honest opinions on each game. But that's not all. In addition to showcasing some amazing games on sale, we'll also be providing you with gameplay footage so you can get a better idea of what to expect from each game. And as always, we encourage you to like this video, leave us a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future content. So what are we waiting for? Grab your Nintendo Switch and let's dive into this awesome Nintendo eShop deals. Lucah, Born of a Dream is an action-packed indie game with stunning visuals and an intriguing storyline. Set in a dark and mysterious world, you play as Lucah, a cursed individual who must navigate their way through dangerous creatures and treacherous landscapes to uncover the truth behind their existence. One of the standout features of the game is its unique combat system. Players can execute a variety of moves and combos, making each battle feel like, a dance. The game also has a deep customizable leveling system that allows players to tailor their playstyle to their preferences. However, the game's difficulty level may be a turn-off for some players, especially casual gamers like me. The game is very challenging and it can be frustrating to die repeatedly, particularly in the early stages of the game. Overall, Lucah, Born of a Dream is a game that is not afraid to take risk. It offers a fresh take on the action RPG genre with its innovative combat system and captivating storyline. While it may not be for everyone, those who enjoy a challenge will find a lot to love in Lucah, Born of a Dream. Lonesome Village is a charming adventure game that combines puzzle solving with RPG elements. Set in a small isolated village, you play as a young girl named Ben, who must uncover the secrets of the town and its inhabitants. One of the things that make the game stand out is its art style. The game features beautiful graphics that bring the world to life. The village is full of quirky characters and the game's light-hearted tone make it a joy to explore. The game's puzzles are also well designed and offer a decent challenge. However, the combat system can feel a bit clunky at times and the game's world can feel a bit empty in places. Despite its flaws, Lonesome Village is an enjoyable game that will appeal to fans of adventure and RPG games. Its charming visuals and engaging story make it a game worth playing, and the puzzles and combat add an extra layer of depth to the experience. Headliner NoviNews is a thought-provoking indie game that puts you in the shoes of a news editor. Set in a fictional city, you control the stories that make it to the front page of the NoviNews newspaper, affecting the lives of the people who live there. One of the standout features of the game is its branching narrative. Your choices have consequences and the story can take unexpected turns depending on the articles you choose to publish. The game also tackles complex issues such as immigration, censorship, and government control of the media. However, the game's mechanics can be a bit repetitive, and some of the choices can feel like they don't have a significant impact on the story. Additionally, the game's ending can feel abrupt and unsatisfying. Despite these issues, Headliner NoviNews is a game that is worth playing for its unique take on the adventure genre. The game's commentary on the role of the media in society is thought-provoking, and the branching narrative adds replay value. If you're looking for a unique game that challenges your perspective and makes you think, Headliner NoviNews is a great choice. A Space for the Unbound is a beautifully crafted, narrative-driven game that combines elements of adventure, puzzle solving, and visual novel. Set in 90s Indonesia, the game tells the story of Atma and Raya, two high school students who must navigate their way through their personal struggles while uncovering the secrets of a mysterious supernatural force. One of the standout features of the game is its stunning pixel art visuals and atmospheric soundtrack, which create a charming and nostalgic 90s vibe. The game's emotional story is also well written, exploring themes of family, loss, and acceptance. However, the game's puzzles can feel a bit tedious and repetitive at times, and the pacing can be slow in some parts. Additionally, some of the game's themes and references may be unfamiliar to players who are not familiar with the Indonesian culture. Despite these minor issues, A Space for the Unbound is a game that is worth playing for its engaging story, memorable characters, and beautiful visuals. If you enjoy games that combine narrative and puzzle-solving elements, A Space for the Unbound is definitely worth checking out. B.ARK is an action-packed side-scrolling shooter game that combines retro-style graphics with modern gameplay. In the game, you play as a team of animal pilots who must save the galaxy from an evil force. One of the standout features of the game is its cast of animal characters, each with their unique ships and abilities. The game also features local co-op multiplayer, allowing you to play with friends and family. However, the game's difficulty level can be a bit challenging, particularly for younger players or those new to the genre. Additionally, the game's story can feel a bit cliche as the game's overall length is relatively short. Despite these minor issues, B.ARK is a fun and engaging game that will appeal to fans of the shooter genre. Its colorful graphics and fast-paced gameplay make it a great game to pick up and play, while the animal characters add a level of charm and personality. If you're looking for a game that offers a fun, arcade-style experience, B.ARK is worth checking out. Adventures of Pip is a unique and entertaining platformer game that combines retro-style graphics with modern gameplay. In the game, you play as Pip, a single pixel character who must save his kingdom from the evil queen. One of the standout features of Adventures of Pip is its innovative gameplay mechanics. As Pip progresses through the game, he can transform into more complex and powerful forms, each with their unique abilities. This mechanic adds layer of depth to the game, making each level feel fresh and exciting. The game's art style is also impressive, with charming and detailed pixel art graphics that give the game a nostalgic feel. The game's soundtrack is also excellent, with catchy and memorable tunes that fit the game's whimsical tone. However, the game's difficulty level can be a bit uneven, with some sections feeling frustratingly difficult while others are relatively easy. Additionally, the game's story can feel a bit cliche, and the downside is the game's overall length is relatively short. Despite these issues, Adventures of Pip is a fun and engaging game that will appeal to fans of the platformer genre. Its innovative gameplay mechanics, the game being unique, and charming visuals make it a game worth playing, while the game's light-hearted tone makes it a great choice for gamers of all ages. Roundguard is a unique and addictive hybrid game that combines elements of pinball, RPG, and dungeon crawling. In the game, you play as a group of heroes who must battle their way through a series of challenging dungeons, defeating enemies, and collecting loot along the way. One of the standout features of Roundguard is its innovative gameplay mechanics. The game's pinball, or rather pachinko-inspired mechanics, create a dynamic and unpredictable experience, with each shot feeling satisfying and impactful. The game's RPG elements also add a level of depth, allowing you to customize your heroes and develop unique playstyles. The game's art style is also impressive, with colorful and detailed graphics that give the game a whimsical and charming feel. The game's soundtrack is also excellent, with catchy and upbeat tunes that fit the game's light-hearted tone. However, the game's difficulty level can be a bit uneven because of the RNG elements, with some levels feeling frustratingly challenging while others are relatively easy. Additionally, the game's story can feel a bit thin, and the game's overall length is relatively short. Despite these issues, Roundguard is a fun and addictive game that will appeal to fans of both pinball and RPGs. Its unique blend of genres create a game that feels fresh and exciting, while the game's charming visuals and upbeat soundtrack make it a joy to play. The Bridge is a thought-provoking and challenging puzzle game that puts a unique spin on the traditional 2D platformer. In the game, you play as a character who must navigate through a series of increasingly complex levels, each with its unique set of challenges and obstacles. One of the standout features of the game is its physics-based puzzles. The game's hand-drawn black and white visuals create an immersive and atmospheric experience, while the game's physics-based puzzles offer a level of depth and complexity that will keep you engaged for hours. The game's art style is also impressive, with detailed and elegant graphics that give the game a surreal and dreamlike feel. The game's soundtrack is also excellent, with haunting and atmospheric tunes that fit the game's mysterious tone. However, the game's difficulty level can be frustratingly challenging, with some levels feeling almost impossible to complete and will lead you to watch YouTube videos just to complete them. Additionally, the game's story is non-existent, and the game's overall length is short. Despite these issues, The Bridge is a game that is worth playing for its challenging puzzles, immersive visuals, and atmospheric soundtrack. If you enjoy puzzle games that offer a unique twist on traditional gameplay, The Bridge is definitely worth checking out. Sailfort is a charming and relaxing sailing game that offers a unique and peaceful gaming experience. In the game, you play as a sailor who must navigate through a series of picturesque islands, each with its unique challenges and secrets to discover. One of the standout features of Sailfort is its beautiful and vibrant art style, with colorful and detailed graphics that create a world that is both inviting and serene. The game's relaxing soundtrack also adds to the game's calming tone, making it a great game to play when you want to unwind. The game's sailing mechanics are also well executed, with intuitive and responsive controls that make it easy to navigate through the game's various islands. The game's sense of exploration is also engaging, with each island offering a sense of mystery and discovery. However, the game's lack of clear goals and objectives can make it feel aimless at times, and the game's overall length is relatively short. Additionally, the game's simplicity may not appeal to gamers looking for a more action-packed or challenging experience. Despite these minor issues, Sailfort is a relaxing and enjoyable game that will appeal to fans of exploration games or those looking for a more calming gaming experience. Its beautiful visuals and soothing soundtrack make it a game worth playing, while the game's sailing mechanics offer a unique and engaging gameplay experience. Prison Princess is a unique take on the point-and-click adventure genre, combining traditional puzzle solving with interactive storytelling. As a ghostly observer, the player guides two princesses, Arya and Xena, through a dingy old castle to help them escape. The game's narrative is an interesting twist on the subversion of the conventions of Japanese fantasy video games, presenting an intriguing mystery that gradually teases the player with lots of questions regarding the truth of the situation in which they find themselves. One of the game's unique features is its use of live 2D technology to animate the princesses during time puzzles. This features adds an element of distraction to the gameplay, as the player must resist the temptation to click on the princesses and instead focus on the puzzle at hand. The game's soundtrack is also noteworthy, with an ethereal and haunting quality that perfectly matches the game's eerie atmosphere. Overall, Prison Princess is a fun and engaging game that combines clever puzzle solving with an intriguing narrative and beautiful presentation. The game's unique twist on the point-and-click adventure is sure to appeal to fans of the genre, and its playful, cheeky tone will keep players entertained throughout. Whether you're a fan of shapely princess bottoms clad in lacy panties or simply enjoy a good puzzle-solving challenge, Prison Princess is definitely worth checking out. HARVESTELLA is a charming and addictive farming simulation game that offers a fresh and unique take on the genre. In the game, you play as a young witch who has been given a farm to tend to by her grandmother, with the goal of growing crops and earning money to expand your farm. One of the standout features of HARVESTELLA is its fun and quirky setting. The game takes place in a whimsical and fantastical world full of magical creatures and colorful landscapes, creating a playful and light-hearted atmosphere. The game's art style is also noteworthy, with beautiful and detailed graphics that bring the game's world to life. The game's farming mechanics are also well done, with intuitive and easy to learn controls that make it easy to tend to your crops and animals. The game's day and night cycle also adds a level of realism and strategy to the game, as different crops grow better at different times of the day. However, the game's progression can feel a bit slow at times, with some players feeling like they are constantly grinding to earn enough money to expand their farm. Additionally, the game's lack of depth and variety may not appeal to players looking for a more complex farming simulation game. Despite these minor issues, HARVESTELLA is a fun and addictive game that offers a fresh and unique take on the farming simulation genre. Its charming setting, beautiful graphics, and engaging gameplay mechanics make it a game worth playing for fans of the genre or those looking for a fun and relaxing gaming experience. Tactics Ogre Reborn is a classic tactical role-playing game that has been remastered and updated for the modern era. The game features a deep and complex storyline, strategic gameplay mechanics, and beautiful graphics that make it a must-play for fans of the genre. One of the standout features of the game is its engaging story. The game's narrative is deep and complex, with multiple branching paths and a wealth of characters and factions to interact with. The game's dialogue and writing are also well done, with a mature and sophisticated tone that will appeal appeal to players looking for a more serious and thought-provoking gaming experience. The game's tactical gameplay mechanics are also top-notch, with deep and strategic combat that requires careful planning and execution. The game's character customization and class system also add a level of depth and complexity to the gameplay, allowing players to tailor their party to their preferred style. However, the game's difficulty level can be quite challenging, with some battles feeling almost impossible to win without proper planning and strategy. Additionally, the game's interface and controls may feel a bit clunky and outdated to players used to more modern tactical RPGs. Despite these issues, Tactics Ogre Reborn is a fantastic remaster of a classic game that will appeal to both fans of the original and new players looking for a deep and engaging tactical RPG experience. Its engaging story, strategic gameplay mechanics, and beautiful graphics make it a game worth playing for any fan of the genre. Actraiser Renaissance is a modern remake of the classic SNES game Actraiser. The game combines elements of action platforming and city building simulation, offering a unique and engaging gameplay experience that will appeal to both fans of the original and new players. One of the standout features of Actraiser Renaissance is its updated graphics and sound design. The game's visuals have been completely overhauled, with beautifully detailed pixel art and updated character designs that breathe new life into the game's world. The game's soundtrack has also been reimagined, with new arrangements of the classic tracks that fit the game's updated visuals perfectly. The game's action platforming mechanics are also well done, with tight and responsive controls that make it easy to navigate through the game's levels and defeat enemies. The game's city building simulation mechanics are also engaging, allowing players to manage resources and build up their towns to support their hero's quest. However, the game's difficulty level can be quite challenging, with some levels feeling almost impossible to complete without precise timing and skill. Additionally, the game's story and dialogue may feel a bit simplistic and dated to modern players. Despite these issues, Actraiser Renaissance is a fantastic remake of a classic game that will appeal to both old and new players. Its updated visuals and sound design, engaging gameplay mechanics, and nostalgic charm make it a game worth playing for any fan of the genre. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered is a beautiful and updated version of the classic RPG game that originally launched in 1999. The game features improved graphics, enhanced gameplay mechanics, and new options that make it a great choice for both longtime fans and new players. One of the standout features of Final Fantasy VIII Remastered is its gorgeous updated graphics. The game features beautifully rendered character models, detailed backgrounds, and stunning visual effects that bring the game's world to life. The game's cutscenes have also been remastered to look and feel more cinematic than ever before. The game's storyline and characters are also well written and engaging, with a deep and complex narrative that explores themes of love, loss, and sacrifice. The game's dialogue is also well done, with memorable characters and iconic moments that will stay with players long after the game is over. The game's gameplay mechanics have also been updated to be more accessible and user-friendly, with new features like the ability to speed up battles and turn off random encounters. However, some players may find that the game's draw and junction systems are a bit confusing or tedious to use. Despite these issues, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered is a fantastic remaster of a beloved game that is sure to delight both old and new fans of the series. Its beautiful graphics, engaging storyline, and updated gameplay mechanics make it a game worth playing for anyone who loves RPGs. Final Fantasy VII is a timeless classic that has captivated players since its original release in 1997. The game features a rich and immersive storyline that follows the adventures of Cloud Strife and his allies as they battle against the evil Shinra Corporation and their quest for power. One of the standout features of Final Fantasy VII is its memorable characters and iconic moments. From the stoic and enigmatic Cloud to the spunky and optimistic Aerith, the game's characters are well written and memorable, and their interactions with each other bring the game's world to life. The game's graphics and visual design were groundbreaking at the time of its release, and while they may look a bit dated by today's standards, they still hold up remarkably well. The game's soundtrack is also one of its memorable features, with classic tracks like One Winged Angel that have become iconic pieces of video game music. The game's turn-based combat system is well balanced and strategic, offering players a variety of options for approaching battles. However, some players may find the game's pacing challenging to be slow, particularly during the early parts of the game. Despite its age, Final Fantasy VII remains a must-play for any fan of the RPG genre. Its memorable characters, iconic moments, and engaging gameplay mechanics make it a classic that stands the test of time. And that's a wrap for our list. We hope you enjoyed checking out this amazing Nintendo Switch eShop deals as much as we enjoyed putting this video together. If you found a game you're excited to play, let us know in the comments down below. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.